Yeah, it's your boy Jelani with another sit down. And we got Rickathon from Rickathon Productions. How you feeling, man? You alright?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Man, it's nice to have you on the sit down. You know.
All right. Now.
You already know. You nervous?
No. You look like you're more nervous than me.
Yeah. Now I gotta get my shit together. You know, for sure. But my first question for you is, where are you from?
East St. Louis.
Like,
East St. Louis, Illinois. Born in St. Louis because at the time I was born, black kids wasn't allowed to be born at the local hospitals. So I had to be taken across the river to St. Louis to be born.
oh yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah, 1960s.
Hey, that's a nice little fact.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it just show you how close that kind of racism was to us and still is, sad to say.
Who did you hang around when you was younger?
The guys in your neighborhood. You know, that's how it is when you're young. You're hanging with the guys that's closest to you. Next door neighbors, the guys down the street, around the corner.
Who are some of the guys though?
Russ Rankin, Emmanuel Jackson, Roderick Howard, Clyde Coakley.
Oh yeah.
Mike Thomas, Prentice Thomas. Oh, the list goes on. I could name a whole bunch of Big Maine. There's so many people I hung with during my childhood. I had a lot of good childhood friendships.
What type of things was y'all up to when y'all was young?
Little boy stuff, you know. I'm glad I was a part of that era where kids go outside and experience life, because nowadays our kids stay inside and play video games. We went outside and learned how to do things, interact with nature, run from dogs, play with tires, climb in the old buildings, all kind of rough and tumble stuff that I know kids just don't do no more. So I'm glad to be a part of that time.
So y'all used to be in old buildings and stuff? Like what y'all used to do in the buildings?
Just sometimes we make a clubhouse out of a building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if it was
y'all
nice
be meeting
enough.
Up there.
Yeah, we'll just hang out. We'll clean it up and maybe throw some rugs or drapes on the windows and you know, sit a couple of seats in there and just hang out.
Yes.
Wasn't doing nothing. We was kids.
Right.
That was our clubhouse. And it wouldn't last for nothing but a month or two, then you go find something else to do. But that's the kind of stuff we did.
What you think molded you into the person you is today?
My environment. Being around someone like Mary Brown, from Mary Brown Center, who raised me, and seeing the kind of work she did every day in the community, I had a lot to do with, I ain't gonna say it did have a lot to do with making me who I am today. When I saw how much she gave back to the community and the things she did.
How old are you?
64. I'll be 64 in a couple months.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, man. How many kids do you have?
6. One deceased, so I have 5 now.
Right. Sorry to hear that. How many baby mamas do you have?
How many mothers of my children do I have?
Yeah. How many mothers?
I prefer not to call them baby mamas. They're the mothers of my children, which I have 4.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
That's what's up. Are they all in the area?
Yeah.
That's what's up. What do you do for a living?
I'm a social worker and a musician.
Oh yeah.
Community activist.
So, have you did any performances or anything?
We do performances quite regular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, several times a month we perform.
So who's all in the group with you?
I have singers, young lady by the name of Angelique, Khalid, also known as Afaya, Bongani, the voice, Rasasa, myself, young ladies, Jamia Brene and Akanka, Bo Roster, the list goes on. Mike Checker.
Right.
We have a nice roster of people who can perform. That's why it's a production. You never know who you're going to see.
Are you into anything different? Like
different,
the
like
music. You do music and
right. So what do you mean by different?
Like what else do you do? Like as a hobby?
I don't know what different is. I read. As you can see, I have a library here.
Right.
But I wouldn't consider that different, even though we don't read nearly as much as we should. They say if you want to keep something from a black man, put it in a book. So in that aspect, I may be different from the average, if that statement is true. And sad to say, I think it is somewhat true. But we never learned like that anyway. We always learned spiritually and telepathically and in a group setting, and certain ones were chosen out for priestly duties like reading and writing and keeping records and things of that nature. But if you were probably just the average, everyday, normal, you weren't chosen for those duties. So that didn't make you less than. That just made you adapt to what you were more adaptable to. If I saw a knack for you in writing, I probably would take you out and put you in the school for scribes, people who write. Because everybody don't have that skill. But you may have a skill and certainly doing something else that's viable to the community. So it all evens out.
How many books you think you read all together?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah. I didn't keep a tab, but over a 16-year period of which I spent in federal prison, I had a chance to read quite a few books. Several hundred at least.
What kind of books was you into?
More spiritual and historical, you know. Not religious per se, spiritual and historical. Our story, not his story, and workings of the spirit, how to enlighten yourself and awaken the spirit that lies dormant in a lot of us.
How have reading changed you?
Reading is fundamental for if you're in a reading environment or you have a chance to read, because it teaches you, opens the door to so many different worlds that you didn't know existed. But if you can study them and read about them, you can come to a greater understanding of a lot of things.
Can you give me a background on you and your family?
My mother, the woman who raised me, Mary Brown, she's actually my great aunt, but she raised me, so she's my mother to me. Outside of my birth mother, Vivian Kennedy, all of my matriarchal were educators, from my aunt to my mother to my and other women in my family. My fathers were all leaders. My dad was the leader of a meat packers union in St. Louis. in the 60s and 70s, which I'm sure was a volatile job in that time. So I'd say I come from a good stock of family. Family is very important, and my family made its mark in East St. Louis as the center that my family helped originate. Is still standing and operating in Lincoln Park, the Mary Brown Community Center. So that's a testament to my family's mark in this city.
Okay, how long have you been smoking?
Since I was 15.
Oh yeah. Who you first started smoking with?
I think it was a friend of mine named Pee Wee, and I think he took some from his brother and came and got me, and I forget how we rolled it up, and man, but we got it rolled up, and we sat in a little abandoned house, just like I was just telling you about earlier, on a couple of milk crates, and sat there and smoked it, and man, I remember us just sitting there laughing for about 2-3 hours.
Right.
Just sitting there giggling and laughing. And laughing at everything. Stuff that wasn't even funny. And we did that for the next few days.
You said the next few days?
Yeah, we meet up. It was time to do that. You got some more left? Yeah. And that's how it started.
So who was Pee Wee?
Friend of mine, childhood friend, one of my childhood friends, like I told you about, that I had many good childhood friends.
Do you still live around?
I don't know where Pee Wee at right now. I hope Pee Wee still is alive, to tell the truth. So many of your friends are long gone,
right?
You know, and deceased, and yeah. I hope Pee Wee is. I'm gonna ask a few people at this year's South End reunion that I sponsored in the city. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like this is a yearly event. How long has this been going on?
This will be the 3rd year that I've sponsored it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how long it been going on though? For years.
3 years.
Oh, so it just started.
Yeah, I've started. It was initially me and another guy. We kind of broke ways, and I've been doing it on my own. He does his, and I do mine. So.
Right. Well, it's still good for the community.
Yes.
So like nowadays, what stress you out?
When I see us not paying attention, you know, so much happens to us because we just don't pay attention. And if we paid attention more, I think we can overcome our problems more just by paying attention. Because now you're aware and you can avoid things. But it's just like in school. If you don't pay attention, you flunk, right?
Right.
And it's the same in life. If you don't pay attention, you flunk.
Right.
And we don't pay attention. So, I want us to pay attention so you can be aware. And even if you don't become adept at something, at least now you know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you have a greater chance when you at least know.
For sure.
So, nobody's asking anybody to be perfect. Just be aware, pay attention. Awareness can go a long ways.
So, you know, everybody got their little certain approach on how they approach women and stuff. How do you approach a woman?
With confidence.
With confidence, right?
You have to be confident.
Right.
And if you get them to smile, even more so. A confident man who can make you smile goes a long way. In her book.
Straight up.
He's confident and he can make me smile. Versus he doesn't have any confidence and I'm bored.
Right.
He don't make me smile. We don't even laugh. So, not saying you got to be the funniest guy in the room, but there's plenty ways to make a woman smile.
Right. Straight up. Have a woman ever broke your heart before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Straight up.
Yeah.
What she do?
She broke my heart.
How old was it?
How old was she?
How old was you?
Oh. Not too. When I got home from prison recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, you know, we all go through it.
Yeah.
I know I had my share.
But I quickly moved on. I mean, you have to.
For sure. You gotta move on.
You gotta move on.
You in this by yourself anyway. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. So move on.
Straight up.
But yeah, she won't think she broke my heart, but yeah, she did.
What's the best experience you ever had in your life?
Oh, the best experience I've ever had in my life?
Yeah.
Becoming sober again.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was under drugs was the worst experience of my life.
Right.
When I was on drugs. Cocaine to be exact. And when I got off that was the best experience of my life.
Straight up.
Because now I can be me again instead of being that person who wasn't me.
Straight
So
up.
being drug-free was my best experience in life. I've had a lot of things to make me smile, but the experience of being sober, of cocaine, is my best experience.
If you could go back and change anything in your life, what would you change?
Being out my family's life for 16 years.
Right.
So I wanted to be there to raise my sons and daughters.
How did you see life change from when you was young to now?
Oh, so many ways. When I was born, people still had outhouses in the back of their crib.
Right.
In 1960.
What's an outhouse? What's an outhouse?
In a bathroom in the backyard where you had to go. Yeah, it was a little shed out back.
Straight
When
up.
you needed to use the bathroom, that's where you went.
That's crazy. So what? It was a hole in the ground or something?
It's a little shed with a seat in it with a hole in the seat. Right. And you go in there and do your thing. Yeah. So, yeah, that kind of, I've seen progress from that up until what we have now today. So I've seen quite a few things.
Right. What's another thing?
What?
What's another change? You said?
What was the question again?
I said, how did you see life change from when you was young to now?
Oh, the respect we have for each other and our elders, I've seen change a lot. And we don't realize how far that goes. Where at one time, you know, children had respect for their elders. And I've seen it change to where that wasn't too much of the case anymore. Right. One time a child wouldn't even speak unless they were told they could speak. Right. Your mom tell you, boy, girl, grown folks in here talking. Nowadays, the kids gonna run the conversation. Right. And tell you to shut up. You don't know what you talking about. So the respect level, I've seen change a lot, amongst other things. But I think in our community, you know, where the older men don't speak to the young men anymore because they scared of them. And the young men ain't got respect for the older men anymore. Most of the time. That's why a lot of young men gravitate to me, because I know how to talk to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I deal with them from their perspective, not from an old dude perspective. And I think we need to approach that way, because they need us. These young men are our greatest strength. And if they ain't got nobody to guide them, I mean, what chance do we have as a people?
How did you see the females change, the young females change from then to now?
Same way. Respect for themselves and their elders. Same way. Same exact way. They don't know how to cook no more. I mean, it's so many things that we lost the ability to do, and that this society has taught us to do. You think they want a nation full of upright young mothers? This country, the most racist country in the world, they want a nation of upright young black women? No. They want a nation of sexy reds. Yeah. And a nation of what's that other new dude out, the rapper? Just got out the joint. 2 times.
Finesse 2 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking crazy as mom. They want nations of that.
Right.
You hear me? They don't want nations of Anikos and the sister who sing that spiritual things that she sings. And rappers, conscious rappers, like even Kendrick, a nation of Kendricks. They don't want that. You see what I'm saying? Right. Give me if they got the choice to create a nations of 2 times and Kendricks, which one you think they go create? They want the 2 times. Right. We need the Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? Right. They go push the 2 times. The Gucci's and all these other dudes who ain't talking about, they go push all this stuff, man. They ain't talking about nothing, put it on out there. Right. That's why you was rapping. I remember what I told you, talk about something. We got enough people out here not talking about nothing. Right. I can get that anytime. Sure.
Have you ever been in jail?
16 years federal prison for marijuana.
For marijuana? How much marijuana?
They found 25 pounds in the house, and the relevant conduct that made it 2.5 tons.
Crazy. So, did you have a lawyer for that?
I represented myself in prison, in trial. Another thing they didn't like.
So, how did you feel about the situation?
I feel I was standing on what I knew to be right. And I feel if more of us did that, the system would crumble right before our eyes, because it isn't meant for us to go to trial in this system. It's a plea bargain system. They want you to plea bargain out. 98% of all federal cases are plea bargains. 98%. That means only 2 people out of 100 are going to trial. And they probably won't even win. So they have almost 100% success rate. The feds do. So it's not fair. They play dirty. They dare you to challenge them almost. Dare you. Because they ain't used to losing. So it's like if you was dude on the corner, he taking your lunch. Every time you get to that corner for 100 times, he taking your lunch money. Then the 98th time you get there, you say, no, I'm keeping it. He like, man, you better give me that lunch money. No, man, you done took it 98 times. I'm taking it these last 2. It ain't nothing but 100. No, man, you give me that. Same with the feds. If they already getting it 98 times, what make you think they gonna give to you them 2? They wanted them other 2 too.
So ain't nothing but some bullets.
So
they show that mark. Show that track. But who you was in jail with?
A lot of people. I was in my own trial. I was the only one on my case.
But you met a couple people.
I met a lot of people in jail.
Right. Straight up.
I was in the Fed, so I was all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Met a lot of people in jail, bro.
Straight up.
I can't get specifics, but I met the best people I ever met in my life in prison. Let me put it that way.
Straight up.
Because they're real men, and you have to stand on your word in prison. Then I get home, and dudes don't stand on their word, and a lot of them ain't real men. So it was a lot different. A lot different.
How did you make money in jail?
I kept a little store, and I get a little job. So I keep a little store, sell zooms and whams. And make a little, keep a little hustle, just keep a little money in my pocket, because I really didn't get a lot of money sent in.
So what you had, cash?
Nah, money, we use different things for money in prison, like stamps and fish packs, mackerels and shit like that.
Straight up.
So 10 mackerels might be $10.
Right. Straight up.
10 books of stamps might be $10. Or more. So, because I think one book when I was in was $5, yeah. So 10 books would be, yeah.
What did you learn in jail?
That your word goes a long way. And I like to be about my word. If I say it, I'm gonna do it. And when I don't, I feel incomplete. In prison, you gotta be about your word, or dudes gonna let you know about it.
Straight up.
you know. So, yeah.
Did
I
you
learned a lot in prison.
Straight up.
A lot.
Did you ever have problems in jail?
No.
Right.
No, never had problems.
But what do you think about the youth?
I think they're our greatest asset. And with the right guidance, they're going to be what brings us out of whatever we face in this country.
Straight up.
I love them. They're our children. A lot of them misguided because we're misguided. So.
How much have you ever been worth at one time?
I have no idea. Let the streets tell you millions.
Straight up.
You know, but I guess I was a thousandaire at one time, you know, like we say in the hood. I could get what I wanted to buy. So I guess when you can do things like that, that's all you aim to do. Be able to buy what you want and help the people you want to help. And I was able to do that. I didn't keep no stats on how much money I made, but I know I made a nice chunk of change.
Straight up.
Every month. When the people bust into my house, it was over $100,000 there. So.
What do you enjoy about life now?
Freedom. Freedom. And even though I'm not as free as I would like, anything beats being in a cell. But still not as free as I would like, because we still not free. We not free. This is a imitation freedom that we have here. If you can't really do what you want to do, you're not free. Freedom means being able to do whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. When it hurts somebody else, then that's not considered freedom to me.
Do you have any goals set for yourself nowadays?
Yeah. I want to repair some family relationships and build a better legacy for my children that I'm going to leave something for, because I read recently it's not about what you do now, it's about what you leave after you've gone. That a man measures the greatness of a man. Some along those lines. You know what I mean? What did you leave for your peoples? That show how great you was, in other words, not what you're doing now. Because if I could, leave you 2 houses, you'd be like, damn, Pop did the thing, didn't he?
Straight up.
We got a couple cribs. Instead of, oh, he gone, well, what did he leave you? Nothing. Which one is greater? The man who left you 2 houses that your family cannot own, or the man who didn't leave you nothing? That's a measure of greatness of a man.
Straight up.
And he knew what he was doing it for. Yeah, this house go. I tell Beer, man, take care of this house, bro. It's yours. You go pass this on down to yours. But if you don't take care of it now, it's gonna be so fucked up, you can't pass it down to yours. Take care of the house, man.
Straight up.
Cut the grass, clean your room, wash the dishes, keep the yard right, maintain everything. You see that thing been off the thing for over a year now. He ain't say, Dad, I'm gonna get that put on. This faucet on the tub. I gotta do it, but you see it. I done bought it, set it there. There it is, right there. Why should I be the one that? So that's part of the growth process, though. So.
Do you have how many different states have you been to?
Ooh, a lot of them I went to when I was incarcerated, but I've been to a lot of different states, overseas, and then the Caribbean. Quite a few. I'd say 10 to 15 states.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at home.
Hey, Rick.
I'm at home.
No, this is left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brian Bird said get with him on that reggae thing, man. He wants you to do up in Columbia this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he said he wants you to, he wants y'all to perform up there for the motorcycle thing.
Okay.
He said you ain't got back with him. You got his number, right?
Yeah, when you come over, we'll call him.
Yeah, but dog, he needs to know, like, for sure if he gonna do it. He said he already talked to you about it.
Yeah, we gonna do it.
Yeah, okay, well, no, I'll give you his number. I'll text you his number. You can call him on your own. Yeah, which I come over, dog, he needs to hear from you.
Okay.
So I just tell him to call you. But he said he need to hear from you about that.
All right.
Yeah, he's serious about getting you paid and everything.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get back with you, though. I'm just looking at the game, dog.
Me
You
too.
think Baltimore gonna win? Who you think gonna win?
Baltimore.
KC or Baltimore?
Baltimore.
I'm going with Baltimore. Yeah, I want Baltimore to win.
All right.
All right, then. But yeah, get back with Brian on that, man. He's looking for you, dog.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. What kind of message you want to give to the ones you care about?
Love goes a long way. And I love those who I care about. You know who you are. Love goes a long way.
Straight up. What's your social media and how can people get in contact with you?
Rickathon Productions, Frederick Rickathon James on Facebook. Frederick James on Instagram.
Yeah. And nice having you.
Nice being here,
man. It was nice having a good sit down with you,
All right.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right.